Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we are going to unravel a truly surprising medical mystery involving our pets, and honestly, what it reveals about the hidden, completely unseen environment inside our very own homes is pretty wild. We all tend to think of our living rooms as these safe havens, right? Well, science is actually showing us that there might be an invisible hazard accumulating right under our feet. So let's just jump right in. To figure this out, we really have to look at a rather alarming trend. Over the last 30 years or so, there's been this dramatic, totally puzzling increase in a condition called feline hyperthyroidism. This spike has literally left veterinary researchers scratching their heads, frantically searching for a cause. And interestingly enough, this rise in sick cats is completely coincident with changes in the everyday household materials we all use. When researchers started actually looking into the bloodstreams of these pets, what they found was absolutely staggering. Pet cats have levels of specific chemical toxins in their bodies that are 20 to 100 times greater than the median levels found in U.S. adults. Seriously, let that sink in for a second. Our small pets are carrying a toxic burden exponentially higher than we are, even though they live in the exact same environment. Okay, Section 1. The feline health mystery. Let's dig into exactly what's making them sick. So the primary culprit the researchers pinpointed is a class of chemicals known as PBDEs. Basically, these are flame retardant chemicals that were introduced into everyday household materials and synthetic furnishings roughly 3 decades ago. Now, the big problem with PBDEs is that they don't just stay put where they were manufactured. Over time, they slowly break down, shed into the ambient environment, and accumulate heavily in the regular old dust floating around and settling in our living rooms. And when scientists ran serum samples from the cats, they weren't just finding some generic toxin. No, they found highly specific chemical signatures of these exact flame retardants, specifically BDE 47, 99, 207, and 209. These exact signatures are a smoking gun. They directly link right back to those degrading materials and household dust. Section 2. Cats as human sentinels. This is where it gets really relevant for us. Understanding the mechanics of this exposure is absolutely crucial. You see, humans experience what we call ambient exposure. We breathe the air, we touch the surfaces, but a cat's exposure, totally different ballgame. Because pet cats live completely indoors and are constantly grooming themselves, they're essentially ingesting massive amounts of this chemical-laden house dust off their fur. This highly concentrated exposure makes them vital sentinels, like an early warning system for human health. They're actually showing the physical symptoms of low-level chronic exposure to toxins that we are living with every single day. And because of that constant grooming, researchers can actually track the buildup of these chemicals over a cat's lifetime. The data paints an incredibly clear picture. Young cats have a median PBDE level of 4.3 nanograms per milliliter. But then, look at the older cats without hyperthyroidism. Their levels jump way up to 10.5. And the cats actually suffering from hyperthyroidism are even higher, sitting at 12.7. It perfectly demonstrates a clear, cumulative buildup of these toxins in the body as the years go by. Section 3. Hidden toxins at home. So where is this all coming from? Well, it turns out that a major source of this contamination is right under our noses, and quite literally, our feet. Conventional synthetic furnishings, especially those hidden layers we almost never think about, like the crumbling foams underneath our carpets and rugs, break down over time. And as they degrade, they release harmful volatile organic compounds, or VOCs, right alongside this chemical dust, pumping it directly into our sealed indoor breathing environments. Section 4. Choosing eco-friendly solutions. Let's talk about what we can actually do about this. The best place to start is by looking at the literal foundation of our rooms, our rugs, and the pads beneath them. By swapping out those hidden synthetic underlays for eco-friendly rug pads, we can make a massive, immediate impact. These alternatives are made from natural, recycled, or renewable materials. That means they completely avoid the harmful chemicals, the toxic adhesives, and the low-quality manufacturing that sheds straight into our home's dust. Breaking down the non-toxic options is actually pretty straightforward. If you're looking for excellent cushions, say, for a cozy bedroom setup, felt is definitely your go-to. If you have a high-traffic area, like a busy hallway, and you really need excellent non-slip performance, natural rubber is the absolute winner. And if your primary focus is a highly sustainable footprint, recycled fiber is a fantastic option. The great thing is they all provide exceptional floor protection without adding to that toxic dust burden we've been talking about. Now, it's also incredibly important to match these eco-friendly materials to your specific flooring. For instance, if you have delicate hardwood floors, the absolute best choice is a combination pad of felt and natural rubber. The felt protects the wood finish from scratches, while the rubber gives it that stability. On the flip side, if you're placing a rug on smooth tile, you want a pure natural rubber pad. That's going to provide that superior non-slip grip you need, completely free of any synthetic glues. Conversely, if you have luxury vinyl plank flooring or carpeted floors, you want to stick strictly with pure felt pads. Why? Because natural rubber or synthetic materials can actually cause chemical reactions that discolor your expensive floor coating over time. A manufacturer-approved felt pad prevents that discoloration entirely, and it also stops the rug from bunching up on carpeted floors, all without relying on harsh synthetic adhesives. Section 5. Empowering families and pets. Bringing it all together. Making sure our floors are protected from scratches is great and all, but let's remember the larger picture here. The ultimate goal is creating a safer, breathing environment for the whole household, our two-legged and four-legged family members alike. By prioritizing specific features, things like non-toxic materials, low VOC emissions, slip resistance, easy maintenance, and odor resistance, we effectively remove the cheap, degrading chemicals that create that toxic house dust in the first place. Doing this dramatically improves our indoor air quality, directly reducing the chronic chemical exposure that those feline studies were warning us about. The good news? You don't have to be a scientist to make your home safer. You can take control of your environment today by just following 3 simple steps. First, literally go lift the corners of your rugs and check your current pads. If they're crumbling, flaking, or shedding powdery synthetic material, it's time for them to go. Second, verify your specific flooring type. And third, upgrade that foundation to natural rubber or recycled felt pads that are actually designed to be safe and sustainable. As we look around our homes today, equipped with this new understanding of household dust and our little furry chemical sentinels, we really have to ask ourselves one final question. What invisible materials might be degrading in your living room right now? I hope this explainer has sparked your curiosity and, more importantly, empowered you to take that next step toward a cleaner, healthier, and much safer space for both you and your pets.